thank you, Bibia, Niamo Bibia Aquaba, Ede Aba Work Studios. So, we did the Dr. Osafo, na ene, and so, yes, I'm sorry to ask you if we last week, baby, you be a year and check na Woxika, a day in a film. And unti, much so being a na wire day. Now, we like it, or subscribing our share, a huge medium. Ama one more, Sebio, one more Sanyanka. Here message no also pensa etimi akemi. Welcome to Work Studios. Welcome to Work Studios. Today we are about to continue with the next segment of the program. We left off last week and then we told you that we'll be continuing this week. So kindly bear with us, share, like, and then subscribe to the channel so that all those who may not be privy to this information can spread.
That is why the 9 became the 6. Now it started from the outside, building itself inward, depositing the treasures of Christ within itself. That is why your body is the temple of God. God doesn't deposit things inside churches. He deposits things inside of yourself.
Okay, mami monitor for kakra. Baby, a teaching no aircon, very interesting. Na mejidi se ubenya abotre no wanya adage no watie so be like it na wa share na afei nso so wo ensembuse bia wo de beto comment section na say na yehunu na yakan e de ama so far the baba kan sisia no mekire mu eduru ba bia se nipa wo yensroma na omanya te ase se ensroma na ne Christ san sroma na so ejina ho edema bonsam na ensroma ni nyina fapem no sisi ya ne yeka Kristo ho de no wo ye Nyankopon asori dan Christ enso ba o maeti ase se wo Onyankopon ahenie no ete wo mu na momani abonten tie no mu na mebusa baba se on kire mu nko enkwa anim yie na yente ase na all patch se sa ahini na Kristo eka no eye ahini a enye ade baako anase ade ketewa bi na mmom Nyankopon ahini esu ye pa se menumi enu anu ne yefri ba ye nti ya ba sa so e wo se ye sa hwehwe sa ahini ne ye sa kom ani nti na ofri onayem anase obeto onayem na wo ba sa so a ugina ho edema enkono eye number 9 sa number 9 no ejina ho ma wo higher self anase wo nyam su a ete na emum no ansa na obetimi aba asase so no e wo se odane eni ti na abofra e ba asase so a ode ne timom ene si form
Yes.
na wetimi alede aba asase so sabre no be yensia.
Yes.
Ye number 6 eni ti abofra dane na yem ho bo so wa moa ne ho na ordinity e ba fom sa sign na wo ye no ansa na wetimi apie aba asase so no ejina ho ma nsia na sensia no ejina ho ma se oba eye nipa tibiam na wa ba asase so na emum no oba esan se Kristo ebe kire yen se nyame ahini ati yamu na ye hwehwe Onyankopon a ne su ne ne ban na oye alpha ne omega na na ahini ati yamu nti no esese waba asase so no osan hwehwe wunyame a ote wo mu no na wetimi asan akọ eye enkono tebia mu ansa na obewu afi asase so a
Yes.
wewu afi asase so enti sa anka obi eba onimse wo nyame ene waba asase so a abrabo na nya de anka bewie peye ifise wo nyame dada unni senya ya donipa experience ade a eye odo experience ade eye otan experience ade eye yaw aninti no emma wontimi nti abrabo na se yie eye titiri ni abrabo a yebo wasase so aninti na obia gya ne nyamesu ewo ho na waba asase so sensia na wo ba wetimi ahwehwe wankasa nyamesu a ete wo mu efise nyame ahenie no ewo nipa mu se ne Kristo beka ya.
Yes. So for you to see the kingdom of heaven, you must be one with Christ. You must be able to turn matter back into spirit. That is what it takes. You came down from spirit to matter. If you have had your fun, you've enjoyed life, and now you are ready to go home, then you turn that matter the same way back into spirit, and then you ascend. It's as simple as that.
Oh.
Yes. It's as very simple as that.
Right.
So when it comes to you adding these two of them to get the 8, as you representing the heavens and then the earth. Then you divide it, that divides, and then you get the 5 of your physical self.
Right.
Okay. So you had a sense of taste so that you will be able to interpret it, or your brain, which is the representation of the alpha and then the omega, still holds information about everything inside of this world. Okay.
So that is why we have the sense of taste.
Yes, it has its primary duty, okay, is to tell you that what I'm tasting is this way or that way. Is it sweet? Is it sour? Is it bitter? Is it this? That is its main purpose. Because the kind of cells that exist inside of your tongue are much more of a denser in nature. So if anything that touches it, it becomes super active to a particular sense that immediately something that is cold touches it, you will definitely have the interpretation from the head, because you are nothing. The body is nothing without the head. Okay?
Right.
It is told you that whoever that follows, when the body follows the mind, then the entire body is filled with light. But when the mind follows the body, then the entire body is hostile to God. That is what it represents.
Right.
If you are someone that is led by your brain, okay, then there is still hope for you. But if you are someone that leads by the body is your physical senses. Okay, so if you allow the taste of things, and your mouth is sweet you. So you are eating everything. You are involving yourself in gluttonous behaviors, and gluttony puts strain on your body, making it to expand. Okay, it causes your cells to become a little bit weight in mass. Okay, so it causes you to become obolo.
Right.
We have people that naturally they are built with skin. Those people naturally, that is who they are, and they don't need to be like, oh, I need to be exercise active. No, those people, when they practice their way of understanding what the spirit is, they can ascend easily. It doesn't have to you being chingeling. You don't have to turn yourself back to 1. But if you know that I have gained certain weights, you need to eliminate those weights. You understand?
Right.
Because there's a certain aspect part of your life, immediately you grow and get to a certain age, you know that you are no longer going to be growing forward. You are going to be coming backwards. You start aging. Okay?
Right.
Yeah. So when you get to that particular point and you know that, okay, this is my body is like this, then you understand that there are certain things that you need to let go.
Right.
It is no longer operating at the highest form through which it can keep this functioning. Okay? Right. So once you get to that particular point, you let these things go, and then your sense of taste, you begin to involve your things with things that actually refreshes your tongue and allows you to cause more good to the system rather than destroying yourself. Because it takes only 5 seconds for things to sweeten inside of your mouth. And then it can take a whole year to ruin your entire system because of that particular single taste.
Right. Right.
Is it a problem?
Right.
So if you allow the desires of the flesh to influence you more than the desires of yourself of the spirit, then that is when you get lost.
Wow. And so the desires of taste was actually meant for the spirit to experience what it is, to taste something.
Yes.
And not just to eat and eat.
No. It's tasting. You have to taste it. You have to first taste it, masticate it. Then you'll be able to involve it inside of your cells. That doesn't go and then harm your cells in a particular way, but causes them and gives them energy to be able to keep this body functioning until you are ready to leave.
Right. Right.
Okay?
Right.
Because death doesn't come for anyone until you let death come for you. Okay? Death is the one thing that you've already conquered. You are the Alpha,
And then
you
the
are the Omega. You
just,
are able to
just
bring
as Christ said that
Christ.
I have conquered I have conquered hell, or I have conquered hell. You understand? Or I have conquered death.
Yes, I've conquered death.
That is the true meaning of what Christ really meant.
Yes. To conquer death is to let go of what is keeping you afraid of death. Most of you in this world, you are not afraid of life, you are afraid of death.
Yes.
Why? Because you haven't lived. You haven't lived. Since you were born, you've been acting on the image of other people. You've been representing yourself in a form of other people. You've been taught in the ways of other people. You don't have a sense of self. So when it comes to that, and then you look at your life somewhere along the line, now that you are 50 years, clocking 60, and nothing still happens for your life, then you go down, you sit down, you ask yourself, now, me coming to this world, what have I done? That is when the mind begins to tell you, to alert you that it is getting time. If you have anything to wrap up in this world, start wrapping things up. Wow. And that is when you begin to be afraid of dying.
Meanwhile, you have already conquered death.
Yes. So you become afraid of living.
Oh.
If you have lived an unfulfilled life, you become afraid of dying. But once you've lived life fully, you'll be like, when is death coming for me, self? I'm tired. Then death will be like, I'm busy. You will want death, death will not want you. But immediately you begin to let that sense of fear inside of you about dying, then you cannot conquer death. Death is much as part of life as life is as much a part of death. Until you are able to pick up from being a 6 back to 9, this ring will keep holding you. The 6 ring will keep you reincarnating.
I see.
You can never escape the cycle of reincarnation until you've raised up your Christ consciousness to a level of 9.
Okay, so me born it off. Sisi ababa maya tiasie se Oyansroma. And so manage na homa Christo nso nkyerɛkyerɛ ɔde ba asase so nyinaa no wa mmɛma yɛn ahwɛ abɔnten mu mo bɛmɛyɛ hwɛ sɛ Nyankopɔn ahene tie mu na ahene no nso nya ade ketewa ɛyɛ ahene a ɛso yie pa na wohwɛ board ne so ababa atwerɛ sɛ yɛwɔ sense of ɛyɛ star no wɔ label eyes which is sight ɛyɛ taste smell ɛna ɔde ɛyɛ your friend is say hearing ɛka ho ɛno na ɛyɛ nipa yɛ 5 senses a yɛaba asase so na baba ɛpa kyerɛ sɛ anka saa nneɛma wei na yɛde baeɛ no yɛde baa ha sɛ yɛn Nyankopɔn honhom ne ne tumi na ɛtie mu ɛma yɛn yɛyɛ nyame sɛnea Bible no aka no ɛwɔ sɛ nka yɛde yano yi sɛ yɛde didi a ɛsɛ sɛ nka aduane na yɛde di no yɛde didi sɛ ɛso bɛba mfasoɔ ɛde ama yɛn nyame su anka tie mu na nyɛ sɛ yɛde didi aprɛ sɛ yɛbɛyɛ kɛseɛ ɛnɛ obi didi a ɔse ma fon nti wɔ sɛ mekɔyɛ kɛseɛ wɔ didi a de ahyɛ nipaduane so ɛnso ɛnyɛ saa ɛna honhom a Nyankopɔn honhom na ɛkenya wo na ɛte wo mu no Kristo ɛbɛka ho asɛm no ɛnyɛ no ɛna ɔpɛ sɛ nka wode nipaduane bɛyɛ ɔpɛ sɛ nka wano yi anasa ɔtɛkyerɛma no wode bɛdi aduane a ɛso bɛba mfasoɔ ɛde ama wo nipadua na honhom na ɛte wo mu no ɛtumi anya mu atena na ne botaeɛ a ɔde ba asase so no sɛ ɔbɛsan de ahwehwɛ ɔno ankasa ne ho no ɛtumi awie pɛyɛ saa na deɛ aka no nyinaa nso nkateɛ nka ɛwɔ sɛ nka yɛni ɛtumi de hunu adeɛ yɛni ɛhunu adeɛ a ɛbɛhunu adeɛ ɛtumi akɔ akyerɛ yie.
Let's pick it one after the other. The taste will continue from there. So when it comes to your sense of taste, there's something called taste buds inside of your mouth. they allow you to sense things and taste things.
Mm-hmm.
These things, you are not just reliving your life that you already know.
Mm.
One thing that people need to understand about what it means to be a God, the only way a God grows from a particular frequency that it is to a higher level, becoming the God of gods,
Mm-hmm.
you need to challenge yourself.
Mm.
And there is no greater challenge than forgetting who you are and rediscovering yourself all over again.
Right.
There is no greater blessing, there is no greater curse than these two.
Mm.
So you being able to use your taste buds, is you being able to analyze and then record information, because everything that you taste has a frequency.
Right.
Everything that you taste inside of this world has a vibration. That is why your brain can interpret it for you.
That is why when you taste something that is sweet,
Yes, it is able to tell you are they weird. If you are tasting
Sour.
something that is sour, it is telling you this thing is sour. If you are tasting, all of it are frequency encoded form in a physical matter form, like food, like cake, like all this Indomie. All of it are frequencies of the highest order. When you are tasting it, your brain doesn't eat the food, it eats the information inside of the food.
So the tongue is that powerful.
We've just started talking about it.
Wow.
Yeah, we've just started talking
And
about it.
we just abuse the use of the tongue.
Yes. That's the issue.
And these days, people use the tongue for so many things, unnecessary stuff. People use the tongue for so many stuff.
That is what desire gets you. That is what pleasure gets you. Okay? That is what pleasure gets you. You want to get the innermost part of what pleasure is. So you keep digging deep and keep digging deep. And the more deeper that you dig, the more you bury yourself. You see? You end up digging to a particular point that you can no longer hear the sound of Christ. Then that is when you become disconnected and feel like you are alone. God is not listening to you. No, that is not the issue. You have just dulled your taste, your sense of taste. You have dulled your tongue.
Right.
You've soiled your tongue. You see?
It is like not being able to feel electricity when you touch your tongue with it.
Yes. Now you cannot feel it. The reason why most of you touch the electricity outside of yourself that it shocks you is because of the fact that when it comes to your brain, the amount of electricity inside of your brain is bigger than any electricity inside of this world. Your entire system, one single person, the amount of electricity that is inside of your body, it is through that knowledge that you have that you are able to generate electricity. So tell me, why is the bigger electricity?
It's within.
Electricity capable enough to power an entire galaxy.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. So we'll talk about that deeply when we get to the Ark of the Covenant.
Okay.
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 So when it comes to the Christ sense of you using your taste, it's building information. Okay?
Right.
You being able to create with your sense of taste. You being able to taste things and actually be able to visualize their colors of how they feel.
Okay, so I'm sure others might have questions pertaining to the sense of taste. What of those who by virtue of maybe accident, or those who by virtue of not having a tongue? Okay, because some people might have gone through surgeries, some people might have gone through certain things in life that do not allow them to have, to have the use of the tongue.
Yes.
Okay, how does this affect, people in such condition? How would they now be able to, use that aspect into its, fruition in order to help them harness the Christ tendencies in them?
Okay. First of all, you ask those people, do they eat?
Okay.
Okay. If it is something that they eat, but the food doesn't touch the tongue, then definitely it reaches the throat.
Right.
And everything that passes through the throat will give you a sense of what it tastes like. Taste doesn't just come from your tongue. Your tongue extends all the way to your throat.
Okay.
It goes deeper. It is almost like the part of yourself that the food gets there, no matter who you are, making the food, you start swallowing it slowly and it goes down, down, down. If it gets to that part, whether you like it or not, you must push the food past. If you don't push it past, then you begin to cough.
Right.
It will begin to choke you. So when it reaches to that part of the end, that is where your sense of taste ends. You see? Apart from that, if you are able to taste it, it doesn't matter if you have a physical tongue or not. It's still frequencies.
Right.
Okay, so you can taste it, you can feel things, and then you can encode these things inside of yourself. Okay. Because if it was something that you learn, or if it's not something that you are learning, but you are just experiencing life as it is, then I'll ask you this question. If that is the case, then why is it that if you taste something that is sweet, if you taste lollipop today, and then within the next 5 days, you taste a lollipop, you definitely know this is a lollipop.
Yeah. Because you have that information already. Oh, so our tongue is actually meant to decipher.
Yes.
And gain information from the environment.
Yes, from everything that you come in contact with. That is soluble inside of the body. It takes the information, stores it in frequency form, so that when you get somewhere in any other day, it can tell you that this is what you are tasting. This is what you are experiencing. This is how it is. If you want to taste it faster, or if you want to taste it a little more sweeter, you should add this element.
Right.
If you want to make it a little bit bitter, you should add this element.
Right.
All that information is coming from your brain. Where do you get it?
You first got the information from your tongue.
Yes.
Before you make whatever amendment you need.
You need to make. That's how you prepare soup.
Yeah. Is there salt?
Is there salt?
So how did you know that there wasn't enough salt?
Yes.
It's by tasting. And by tasting, you get that information.
You get that information that, this salt, I need to add something small. I need to add a little bit of pepper. I need to add this. Because you are mixing a whole different vibrational energies of ingredients.
And all these, you mean to say that are helping us to build our experiences for the spiritual aspect of ourselves?
Yes. Yes. When you talk about taste, people tell how is this assisting us in spirituality? The fact is that what does a God do? Your purpose as a God, your purpose as a seed, a star seed, is to create. And for you to be able to create a world where beings can exist and experience life to their fullest content like you are doing, you need to pick information from your physical senses to create a being in which you can install those particular frequencies so that they too can experience life on their own. So the form of it is you creating realities. That is the main purpose of a God.
Wow. And so, where the Baba can't say why whom here pa the stress mobema yaka metrase kakra bi na wohunu techrema so mfa so pa wo edema wo unyame suna etew mo no ene wo Kristo a etew mo menyi ni se wakwasori ame aka kire se wo techrema tumi nim yenyina nim se tumi ewo yenum nanso dean na wo de wo techrema eye techrema no ewo ho se eboa ama watimi anya information baba akire mu se sebio wo ye nkwan ana wo nu aduane a wa wo ka wano a hu se enchini esua se medi bika ho wo ye den hu se enchini no se medi bika ho techrema no ene ka kire wadwene na wadwene enso so ama wonsa atimi aye adwuma no wo de enchini ni bi aka ho saa de na o techrema ema wo hu ye no eye information wa onipadua no egie eye wadwene no egie na timi aboa na baba e pa kire se saa de we nyina no eboa emanka etimi ma wonyame su na ewo mu no etimi awie peye ewa asase ya wabaso yiso enso ene yemu bi e de techrema edome yemu bi e de yano ye techrema ye de cancer money obi wo ha fiti anopa kosi enwumre ade bi ode ne techrema ebe testi bia no enya de papa ifri se onfa ne techrema no enya de pa sebe oye bema na wo de wano akọ ba ase wode wano ye niema boyo ba wode wano ye niema ensem fata sa information na wode ma honhom ne onyame su na ti wo mu no ekwan ben so na efa e de boa wo e wo sonson.
I don't know, like they don't understand how deep that part of the discussion is when it comes to you having to go under a divine feminine and then to actually use your tongue in order to satisfy her. The benefits when it comes to spirituality, the disadvantages is too much. Okay? The first of all, I don't want to go deeper into it, but what I can tell you about it is that when it comes to your tongue, it has certain pores in it. These pores are like tiny holes. And that is how the information is picked. These holes are linked to tubes. And these tubes has the ability to convert what is material into frequency form for your brain. So what happens is that if you go under the divine feminine, they bleed every month. Okay? And when it comes to their menstrual cycle, it is of a much denser energy.
Right.
When we start talking about it, they will understand into context. It is not evil. Okay? It is not evil. It's a much denser form of your body. Like when they say when you move from that particular self, this physical denser form, if there's any more denser
state
of yourself, will be the divine feminine's message.
Oh.
Okay? The Sakara people using it for rituals, that is what basically it does. It's pure, undiluted, concentrated matter. Okay? The first form of yourself is light, and light is converted into blood. Blood is the first form, but this blood is solid blood.
Wow.
Yes. So when you go under the divine feminine and then you put your tongue in this, and then you are there, and whatever it is that you are doing, you feel like you are gaining pleasure.
But you are corrupting
You are recording information onto your tongue. No matter how much you clean it, some will definitely find their way into your brain. They'll find their way into your brain. And when that gets into your brain, then what happens? You cannot start to live without doing that thing. It becomes an obsession. And once you are obsessed, you become addicted. And once you become addicted, you no longer try to direct or to correct the mistake for what lead to that particular thing in the first place, which is your inability to satisfy her with the natural thing that was given to you.
Wow.
Everyone has that thing that they use to satisfy women.
Right.
And naturally, that is the purpose of that particular thing. So if you are not using that one to satisfy the zero, okay, then what are you doing? You are escaping your problem, causing yourself more problem.
So it is like you deceiving yourself.
Yes.
That the true purpose for me to use what I need to use to create, I now want to use a much powerful aspect of myself, which is the tongue, to get it done, and in the process corrupting yourself.
Yes. You end up, when that corruption happens, your tongue already has a frequency that allows it to manifest things. Okay?
Right.
You speak things into existence. It talks about sound.
Right.
Everything inside of this world is the beginning of sound.
Right.
Okay? When we start breaking your brain down or your head down, this is sound. This is 6 and this is 9. Your ears are coiled in the form of 6 and 9.
Right.
Okay? They absorb in sound. Sound is the beginning of everything. Okay? So when you are involving yourself in those particular kind of activities, you are recording sound, and this particular sound tends to corrupt the original sound that allows you to manifest things easier inside of your mind, because everything that allows you to speak things into existence is of a lighter in nature.
Wow.
Okay? It's of lighter in nature. That is why when you are angry, when you are very, very angry, you speak things and then they begin to take effect. Because when you are angry, all your emotions are directed to one particular single point.
you.